Thanks for choosing Tiger Den Sports with Jason Dorsey, your number one place for all things LSU.
Welcome in, LSU fans, to this latest edition of Tiger Den Sports. This is your host, Jason Dorsey. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the latest updates on recruiting for LSU. We're going to talk about who committed. We're going to talk about a surprise commitment today that you may not know about that's going to happen. And who's next for LSU? Who could be next? So, let's get into it. Over the past few days, we got a commitment from a linebacker from Georgia, Whit Weeks, a 3-star linebacker. That's West Weeks' brother, the transfer from Virginia. He's now coming over to LSU. Even though he's a 3-star, he's a big-time commitment. Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, Florida, Florida State, all these big schools offered him. So that 3-star will probably turn into a 4-star by the time he signs on signing day. He's a big-time recruit, and he feels the need that we need for LSU. LSU, I think that's the first linebacker in the 2023 class, and it's going to help. We still need more linebacker help because Mike Jones is going to be going after this year. Micah Baskerville is going to be going after this year. So you still got Greg Penn Jr. You got Harold Perkins, who you signed in the last recruiting cycle. So you got those two. You added Whit Weeks, and now we still need to add some more. And we'll talk about that later. But we also got a commitment from a 3-star corner in Jeremiah Hughes from Vegas, and a 3-star cornerback, Ashton Stamps, from Louisiana. They are both 3 stars, but they will rise in the rankings. I believe they were not evaluated right, and I'm hearing rumors, well, it's probably not rumors, it's probably true, that 247 basically admitted that they didn't even come to Louisiana and scout some of the players. They evaluate them through film and things like that they get their hands on. So Ashton Stamps, when he went to LSU's camp, got the offer because of his athleticism, because the coaching staff evaluated him right. So he may not be a 3-star. He may be a 4-star by signing day. I think he's rated in the 800s, but probably by the time he signs, he's going to be rated at least in the top 300. Jeremiah Hughes, same thing. These coaches know what they're doing, even though they're 3 stars. So you signed Jeremiah Hughes, Ashton Stamps, Whit Weeks, all on the defensive side of the ball. And don't forget, you had the 4 defensive linemen that signed July 1st through like July 5th. And then you had 2 safeties, Ryan Yates and who's the other one? Michael Doherty from Georgia. Ryan Yates is from Texas. They both 4 stars. So you got 2 safeties in the class. You got 2 corners. Well, actually, I missed 1 corner. Dalen Austin from California. He's a 4-star corner. So you got 3 corners, 2 safeties, 4 defensive linemen, and 1 linebacker. We need to keep adding to the linebacker room, maybe another corner or so. But now let's get into the offensive side of the ball. We got a commitment in Jaylen Brown, a 5-star receiver. And we have a running back in Trey Holly, who's a 4-star running back. So now we need to get more offensive players. And there, Caleb Jackson, a running back from North Louisiana, supposed to be committing on, I think, July 11th. I know it's tomorrow, Tuesday. I forget the date today. But anyway, so Caleb Jackson is supposed to be committing to a school. And LSU's in his top, and he's a heavy lean to LSU. So you get Trey Holly from Louisiana. You get Caleb Jackson from Louisiana. That's 2 running backs. Then there's Shelton Sampson, a receiver from Baton Rouge. If y'all haven't seen on Twitter the past day or so, with the hashtag Shelton stays. Man, I can't talk. Hashtag Shelton stays. That was very unusual to me. But they tweeting that out to get his attention. I believe he's a silent commitment to LSU, and he will be committing soon. So then you would have Jaylen Brown, a 5-star receiver, Shelton Sampson, a 5-star receiver, Trey Holly, a 4-star running back, and then Caleb Jackson, if he commits to LSU, a 4-star running back. That's some big-time players on offense. And then you got the 3-star wide receiver from Texas, Kyle Parker. He's a fast guy, and he's going to rise a little bit in the rankings as well. So there's a lot going on with LSU right now that some people don't know about and some do. There's also a wide receiver from Baton Rouge. Oh, forgot his name now. I was going to say it. It's Kai something. Anyway, he's a 4-star wide receiver, and I believe he's leaning to LSU as well. And I'm sure if you go check the On3 site, you'd be able to see who's trending to LSU. So that's what's going on right now. But there's one recruit that's supposed to be committing tonight, and his name is JoJo Stone. He's an athlete from Georgia. So can you say that Cortez Hankton coming over from Georgia is helping LSU? I believe so. He's listed as an athlete. He's 6'1", 185. So I think he's either going to play receiver or corner. But if you sign Jaylen Brown, Shelton Sampson, you got Kyle Parker, and that other 4-star receiver, Kai, whatever his name is, I forget the last name, from Baton Rouge as well. I don't think JoJo Stone needs to play receiver. I think you got enough. So you can move him over to corner, and then you would have Dalen Austin, a 4-star corner. Then you would have Jeremiah Hughes, a 3-star. Then you have, who's the other one? They slip in my mind now. I don't have papers in front of me to read all these people off, so I got to remember them. Remember, I am blind, trying to remember this, trying to do these stats and player names and all that type of stuff. Oh, Ashton Stamps. So you got, and then you have the 4-star JoJo Stone. So you have 4 corners right there. You would have 4 receivers if that they commit. Then you would have 2 running backs. Next is offensive linemen. And LSU's trending in a great way for that as well. There's Zalance Hurd from Neville, who's leaning to LSU. You got Tyree Adams from Louisiana. I believe he's going to be a commitment to LSU. And then I heard just recently there's an offensive lineman from New Jersey. And he's between LSU and Rutgers. Now, you might say, why Rutgers? Well, if you remember back in the day with Ray Rice as the running back and stuff like that with Rutgers, they were a pretty decent team under Greg Schiano. And Greg Schiano is now the coach at Rutgers. And he's doing some decent things there. Now, do I hope that New Jersey kid signs with LSU? And he's a 5-star. Yes, I do. But will it happen? I don't know. I guess we will have to wait and see. But that's the recruiting news right now. And so if all these things happen, LSU will be rated in the top 10 in recruiting rankings. Please like, share, follow, and comment. Until next time, thanks for listening. Go Tigers.